Yet another 250 class rivalry has begun, this time between Honda HRC's Joe Shimoda and freshly crowned 250 Pro Motocross champ Haiden Deegan, and as per usual, things are already getting heated. After that, we're going to take a look at the Jorge Prado drama, his final statement after Pro Motocross, and his own team attacking him, so we'll get into that. And finally, Tom Vialle and his team clarifying why he decided not to line up for Moto 2 at Budds Creek. Before we get into today's video, head to the mxnetwork.store and check out our magazine. Here's a couple of our latest editions. We got issue number 20, Champ Haiden from Thunder Valley, and then, of course, we've got Haiden Deegan from earlier in the season. We've got more issues coming soon. Our website is fully stocked. Everything from our first and worst to our latest and greatest you can get right now. The rest of the issues from 2025, including a couple MXGP issues, will be coming soon. Thanks to your guys' support, we did hire our European photographer to go to a couple GPs for us. So huge thanks to all of you guys who bought a copy. Your support means the world to us. One more thing before I get into the video, we do have a new sponsor we're proud to work with, Vent My Plate. Do you want your bike to look like your favorite pros? Well, now you can. Head to ventmyplate.com and get yourself a custom vented front number plate today. It's super easy. Once you place your order, you mail them your plate. They vent it and mail it back to you. Use our code TMN for 10% off your order. Links in the description. All right, as you guys know, since Haiden Deegan has gone pro, he has been pretty dominant, and whenever someone threatens his dominance in the class, rivalries begin, both on and off the track. From Champ Haiden to Julien Beaumer to now Joe Shimoda, it never fails. Last weekend at Unadilla, Joe Shimoda secured his third overall win of the summer. Not only did he win, but he got up to over a 40-second lead at one point over Deegan. He straight up destroyed him. Deegan's not really used to that. Although Shimoda wasn't really a title threat to Deegan coming into Budds Creek, you could tell that Shimoda's dominant victory over him at Unadilla really got to him mentally. At Budds, Deegan did what Deegan does, and he began playing with him. This began in qualifying. The opening laps of qualifying, Deegan noticed Shimoda was following him. They were rolling around the track just cruising, and Deegan turned around, noticed Shimoda was there, and made sure he was within spitting distance and roosted the crap out of him. Then, off the start of Moto 1, before the red flag and restart that is, Joe got the jump on Deegan, blocked him off into the first turn, and Deegan clearly didn't like that. In my opinion, I don't see a problem with it. It didn't look intentional, and even if it was, what's the big deal? He was getting control of the corner, which is how it works in racing. Anyway, Shimoda claimed he didn't even know what he did to make Deegan mad, but clearly Deegan was, because after the race, he had some things to say to Shimoda. We don't have the clip of Deegan saying this to Shimoda, but he was asked about what was said to him in the press conference, and here's what Shimoda said about Deegan.
To you by the podium after Moto 1, what was he saying to you?
Yeah, he said something about motherfucker, like stuff like that. I think honestly, I don't know with this situation, because you know, they prepped the track really deep, so I thought maybe I brake checked him in into the first turn, because I slowed down into the first turn and it stopped more than usual, so I had to go back on the throttle again to go to the turn. But he told me I cut him off. But also, where he lined up, they need to understand, it's an S going into the first turn, all the way inside, right? And I was on like a 5th or 6th gate, straight to the first turn. It was a straight line. So it seems like I cut him off, but I mean, it's not really, I didn't really do it intentionally. But yeah, I got yelled at.
So yeah, Deegan was clearly upset about it, and I don't really know why. Maybe he was just playing around, having fun, whatever. He does do that, so maybe he wasn't really mad. He was just acting mad to get into his head, which he's known to do. So, but either way, it seems like for Shimoda anyway, it was like water off a duck's back. He didn't really care. He kind of had fun with it in the press conference, as you saw. Now, on top of this, Deegan doubled down on social media, posting a video, a montage kind of the day, and the caption of it said something interesting. I'm not going to say it because YouTube don't like it, but I'll put it up on screen right now. This post has been since deleted. I don't really know why. Maybe his team didn't like it or something of that nature. I'm not quite sure. I already had the video downloaded, and then I went to look on Instagram again, and it was gone. So must have been deleted. Don't know why. But yeah, there it is. The beef between Joe Shimoda and Haiden Deegan has begun. Shimoda kind of don't care, and Deegan's probably going to play with him throughout the playoffs. That's how it goes. But yeah, the rivalry we thought was coming is here, and it's probably going to heat up in SMX. What are your guys' thoughts on all of this? Do you think things are going to get frisky in the playoffs between these two? Let us know your thoughts down below. I personally love this. I think it's hilarious. In general, I think it's good for the sport. So yeah, I love it personally, and I'd love to see more of this. On to yet another drama-filled story. That's kind of the entire video, actually, is just drama, drama, drama. Not much news. So Jorge Prado's highly anticipated move to America for 2025 didn't unfold the way he or many fans wanted. The reigning MXGP world champion decided to test himself against the best in the AMA Pro Motocross series, making the switch to factory Kawasaki. But his debut season was one of frustration rather than celebration, which he's used to celebrating. Despite finishing 6th overall in the championship standings, Prado openly admitted he never managed to find the flow that has defined his career. If you look back throughout MXGP, that's what he's known for, being consistent and comfortable. And he never really got that this year. The Spaniard revealed that he felt uncomfortable in the Kawasaki throughout the entire season, to the point where he described it as unsafe at some times. This was very clear, especially as of late. You look at Unadilla, he pulled a hole shot and fell back to 15th. I was there, and you could see him just kind of putting around the track. It didn't look right. Yeah, the defending world champion here in America just kind of putting, letting guys go, looking behind his back. So clearly, not very happy. On top of that, at Budds Creek this weekend, he qualified 43rd, which the team later explained in a press release, saying this was due to multiple bike setup changes beforehand. Either way, it's not a good look, that's for sure. After Budds Creek, Prado took to social media and shared a brutal, honest reflection on the 2025 season. He said, quote, P6 overall in the Pro Motocross standings. It was a very tough season, to say the least. Cruising around every single race was heartbreaking for me, especially knowing my capabilities. Never felt comfortable on the bike, not even a bit. This builds to an unsafe feeling on it. Didn't expect this year to go this way at all. Happy to be in one piece and fit. Hopefully we're back where we belong soon. Now, Prado later clarified, adding a note in that post that by cruising, he meant he was unable to ride at his full potential despite giving 100% and was forced to settle for a safer speed to avoid major mistakes or injury. Either way, that statement is a bad look for both Prado and Kawasaki. Now, to add more to the drama of the situation, a longtime factory Kawasaki team member, Dean Gibson, responded to Prado's statement online. This comment has since been deleted, and quite a few moto media guys who also shared it deleted it as well. I believe Steve Mathis explained on his show last night that factory Kawasaki was not very happy about this situation, both with Prado's statement and Dean Gibson's response to his statement. They were not too happy about it, so it kind of got washed away online. There are a few people that have posted it, but I do have the original comment here. Here's what factory Kawasaki's Dean Gibson had to say to Prado. He said, quote, I call BS. I've never seen in my 35 years anyone give up like you. You are not a champion in my eyes. Thank you for nothing. Also, everyone on this team worked endlessly to help you, and we did not give up like you. Sorry, but not sorry. So yeah, we all predicted there was some tensions behind the scenes at Kawasaki, and clearly there is. Like I said, they were not too thrilled about this comment, and has since been deleted. But yeah, it's fair to say that the separation of Prado and Kawasaki is going to happen sooner than later. There were rumors online that they were going to separate after Pro Motocross and go to KTM for SMX or skip SMX completely. Steve Mathis believes or heard that he was going to finish out the SMX playoffs on Kawasaki and then leave. Although nothing official has been released yet on his decision when he's going to leave, whatever. That's the rumor right now. While 6th in points is still a respectable debut campaign in such a competitive series, Prado's words make it clear that he never came close to showing his true speed on American soil. Given his past dominance in MXGP and his proven ability to win world titles, expectations were obviously higher. So yeah, his stint with Kawasaki will already be coming to an end, likely after SMX, like I said. And the strongest rumors where he will go in 2026 is KTM. We're unsure if it's going to be on Red Bull, KTM, maybe Gas. Who knows? It's all up in the air right now, but it's likely he will be going there for 2026. I believe the rumor was that he will not be getting paid a salary. It will be a bonus-only program. So for him to leave Kawasaki early and jump to a deal like that, it's clear how unhappy he was with Kawasaki. All right, on to our final story of the day. Yet another drama-filled story. Tom Vialle, an unexpected withdrawal at Budds Creek, has been further clarified by Red Bull KTM Factory Racing's Tom Vialle, citing ongoing shock issues for his decision not to line up in Moto 2 of the 250 race. Following the no-show, Red Bull KTM team manager Ian Harrison said that Vialle had not been comfortable with his setup and had consequently called it a day before the final race of the Pro Motocross season. With that being said, Tom Vialle became another rider that was being called a quitter online alongside Chase Sexton and Prado. Everyone was going after all these three guys online. So the 24-year-old has since added clarity to the exit, highlighting in a social media post a broken/fading shock that was ultimately responsible and caused dramas throughout his 2025 outdoor campaign. Vialle explained, quote, "I've seen some stupid stuff online since Budds Creek, and I just want to clear it up. I haven't quit or anything like that, like everyone knows, and I'm not the only rider in this situation. We've been dealing with broken/fading shocks all summer. The team and I can see in the data that the shock isn't working properly, and something happened early in the moto. It's been really tough for me the last couple of races with the shock, but I still wanted to keep racing and give it my all, like I always have my whole career. But after the shock broke once again in Moto 1 at Budds Creek, I decided not to race the second moto for my own safety. I'm sure everyone gets that. KTM and the team are working on it, and I'm confident we'll be good to go for SMX. See you guys there." With that being said, Vialle fell short of his P2 result from last year, finishing 5th in the 2025 point standings with 2 second-place finishes at both High Point and Southwick, those being his best scores of the year, along with 3 overall podiums. Either way, it looks like his American chapter is coming to an end. His tenure in the U.S. is widely tipped to conclude following this year's Super Motocross World Championship. The rumor is he will have a return to Europe as a part of a multi-year deal with Honda HRC in MXGP. This has yet to be confirmed, but that is the rumor right now. He'll be heading home to race MXGP on the factory Honda. All right, that's it for today's drama-filled video. What are your guys' thoughts on all these stories? How do you feel about the Deegan-Shimoda rivalry? How about the Prado-Kawi drama? Let us know all your thoughts. Tom Vialle and the KTM drama. Let us know your thoughts in the comments down below. Don't forget, if you want to support our work, the best way to do it is to buy a copy of our magazine. Head to the mxnetwork.store and snag a copy. The website is fully restocked, and we'll be releasing a bunch more soon. So again, huge thanks to all of you who bought a copy. While you're at it, if you want a custom vented front number plate, head to our friends at ventmyplate.com today. All right, guys, that's it for today's video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.